down solemnly together. Adult Allison and adult Heather are waiting. Adult Heather goes to them with open arms. Adult Allison watches from the door. Adult Kristen accepts adult Heather's comfort, but adult Katie keeps walking to her house, closing the door behind her. Act 2, Scene 14. It is daytime. Katie is outside Allison's house. She is dressed for the pool and reading while she waits. Jordan and Allison walk out.
They were so rude, like, screw you. I didn't want to hang out with you anyway.
They think they're better just because they're older.
For real. Why are you so quiet?
Just tired. A play with Richie?
Definitely not.
Why do you go out with him anyway? There are other boys, ones that you might actually like.
But why don't you like Richie? He has his own car and a great smile.
Actually, his smile kind of creeps me out. His lips always look slimy and wet. I feel like kissing him would be like kissing the side of a descaled fish.
You haven't even kissed him?
No.
But he told Greg and Michael that you made out in his car.
I've never been in his car, and we've never kissed.
Of course you haven't. Who would want to kiss a descaled fish?
You're so immature. You need to kiss him before he loses interest.
Why would he say that?
Say what?
Kiss.
You're still hung up on that?
I'd be hung up on that too.
Of course you would. It's fine. We can fix it. Go put on my red bikini.
A bikini isn't the fix.
Go change quickly.
Katie goes inside Allison's house.
Why did you ditch Tony at the diner last night anyway?
I didn't ditch him. I just said goodbye.
Well, it was rude.
No, it wasn't. I agreed to go out with him, and I did. And it sucked, so I left.
You're so sick of this phase you're in.
It isn't a phase.
What's that supposed to mean?
The door opens, interrupting them and getting their attention. Katie is out of sight, but Allison and Jordan can see her inside.
No.
You look amazing!
It looks good, but where were you playing?
No, wear that. And ditch the cover up. It defeats the purpose.
Katie comes out wearing a cover-up, so you cannot see the bikini at all.
Just let her wear the nun suit.
It's not a nun suit.
No, she looks ridiculous.
It's not a nun suit.
You're such a bitch. Who cares if she wears a red bikini or a
It's
nun?
not a nun suit. It's a bathing suit and it's made for people who actually want to swim and it's comfortable and I like it.
Katie, wait.
She
Don't be
runs
so
into the house.
sensitive. It was just a joke.
Jordan and Allison follow, but Katie slams the door shut.
Good job.
Me? You're the one who made her change.
Heather walks out of her house looking for the girls. She is holding Katie's bathing suit.
Hey, guys! Katie left this.
Oh, don't mind us. We were just leaving.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to get in your way.
We didn't mean it like that. We were just dealing with something.
Isn't everyone always dealing with something?
Yeah, but...
Whatever. We have to go. Katie isn't coming to the pool. Just leave her suit at the house.
Allison and Jordan walk off stage. Heather walks over to Katie's house and knocks on the door.
What?
It's Heather. You left your clothes.
Oh.
You good?
Yeah.
Just change your mind?
I want to watch TV.
You don't have cable.
Then I'll read.
You can always come watch TV at my house. A little Springer, maybe?
You know I'm not allowed to watch Jerry Springer.
Who's gonna find out? I won't tell. And Kristen can't because she watches it every chance she gets.
She's 19. She can do whatever she wants.
You might think that, but she still sneaks trashy TV. We also got MTV.
An entire channel I'm not supposed to watch? Oh, that's enticing. Did you know the first music video MTV ever played was Video Killed the Radio Star? It's actually kind of fitting when you think about it, which I'm sure is intentional. My dad says Beavis and Butthead is the stupidest show he's ever seen. I'm the great Cornholio! Oh, and Daria, I love Daria. That's genius writing. And Celebrity Deathmatch is creative. I don't watch it much, like, ever, but I sometimes disagree with the winner. How about you?
I would definitely choose some different winners.
I rambled.
Yeah, but I don't mind. Aside from your Beavis impression, that was awful. I have snacks and contraband TV. What more could you want? And if you don't want to be a rebel, there's always Little House on the Prairie. I know you love that one. You spent hours pretending to be Laura Ingalls.
Years. Everyone else stopped and I was still going strong.
So, Little House? I think The Price is Right comes on after that. Or maybe wants to be a millionaire. You know, you would be a great contestant on Millionaire. Oh, also, we have Cheetos, Puffy, and Crunchy, and Dr. Pepper.
Fine.
Katie quickly grabs the red bikini from inside and shuts the door behind her. Katie and Heather begin to walk to Heather's house.
It's pretty, but it's not your style.
I only put it on because Allison said to.
Since when do you listen to her?
You live with her, you know what it's like when you don't.
True, but that's an Allison suit. You need to find a Katie suit. One that you feel absolutely fabulous wearing.
I'm not sure I'll ever find one of those.
I hope you do. But I get it. Bodies are complicated, and so is how we feel about them. And sometimes, just as you feel okay with yours, it changes. And it keeps happening over and over again.
I can't wait.
You know, growing up isn't a race.
Feels like it sometimes.
I know.
I'm not ready for boys and parties and red bikinis.
And that's okay. It's okay to do things at your own pace.
According to you, maybe, but not to anyone else.
Do you remember how it felt when you grew from a little kid to a teenager?
Not really.
Exactly. Because it happens little by little, just one day at a time. And besides, the only opinion you have to worry about is your own. Don't roll your eyes at me. Kate, listen. I want to make sure you hear this. What you wear, what you do, what you eat, all of it. That is yours and only yours to decide. You don't ever have to do anything you don't want to.
She wondered if she had submitted to his command. Of course she had. She remembered that she had.
But she could not realize why or how she should have yielded, feeling as then she did.
You read The Awakening?
Yeah, senior year. It was empowering. Actually, a few months ago, I started going to the library to find books to read. Only that reminded me I don't actually like reading, but I do enjoy finding a good book.
Really?
Yep, you gave me the idea.
Katie and Heather walk inside Heather's house and close the door. Act 2, Scene 15. It is daytime. Adult Katie is sitting outside her house with adult Allison. Adult Heather exits her house carrying a casserole dish.
What are you two up to?
Just hanging out.
She takes the casserole dish and brings it inside adult Katie's house. Adult Heather tries to sit down next to adult Katie.
Should you be sitting in your condition?
My condition? Jesus. And yes, pregnant women should definitely be sitting.
No, I meant like on the ground. That looks challenging.
Here's the challenge. Take your soccer ball, attach it to the front of your stomach so you can't bend, and try to sit. Then get back to me. Also, at least 25 pounds, smush all your organs together and find out that you hurt in places you didn't know existed.
No thanks. I'll take your word for it.
Adult Allison returns, standing at the doorway, listening.
I feel like I don't belong.
Of course you belong. You're family.
I don't think I know what that means.
Your books say otherwise.
Those come from my imagination, not reality.
That's not true. So much of what you write about comes from who you are, your life. That's what makes it powerful. You don't shy away from the real shit. Why are you guys staring?
Since when did you read?
Since my friends were talking about this new bestseller called The Way to Fairyland, and how some character named Tiffany Locke reminded them of me.
Allison,
You were surprisingly accurate, and you hadn't seen me for years.
it wasn't you.
Yes, it was. That book had a little bit of all of our stories. Yours, mine, Heather's, Kristen's, Jordan's, Kevin's. That's not my point, Katie. My point is that family is messy and annoying and anything but perfect. You know that because you've lived it. That's why you write it so well.
I cannot believe I'm saying this, but Allison has a point.
Adult Kristen opens the door. She has her keys and phone.
The funeral home just called. Dad's ashes are ready.
I can go get them for you.
No, it's fine. I want to double check that everything is settled.
Okay, I can finish making dinner.
It's pretty much done. And honestly, Katie, the best thing you can do is stay out of the way.
Or you two could go together.
Nah, I'm good. Actually, just gonna get ready for a run.
Adult Katie walks inside her house. Adult Allison follows.
Kristen,
Not now.
Adult Kristen walks off stage. Adult Heather walks inside Adult Kristen's house and closes the door. Act 2, Scene 16. It is daytime. Allison, Jordan, and Katie are sitting outside Allison's house with a bucket of fried chicken. Allison is trying to get them to do a quiz in her 17 magazine.
I'm a bitch. I'm a lover. I'm a child. I'm a It's my anthem. Yeah, it screams girl power.
It's annoying
Why are you picking the skin off your chicken?
because it's fattening
But it's the tastiest part.
and the worst for you. Have you seen my sister lately? She's eating like a pig and it shows.
It looks fine to me.
The only good part is that her boobs got bigger.
I wish mine would go away.
Why? You have nice boobs.
Do we have to talk about each other's boobs?
Don't worry, I like your boobs too.
Whatever. If you're not gonna eat the skin, then let me.
I'll let you have the skin if you let me pick your outfit for the party.
You're going to the party?
With Richie.
But not to party, and just for a little bit, I'm not staying and I'm not drinking.
You took the skin, that means I pick your outfit. Fine.
But it comes from my closet, not yours or hers.
Don't drag me into this. I'm not even going.
Oh, I should do the dishes so I actually can. See you later. Good morning.
Katie rushes into her house, closing the door behind her.
And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. The Truman Show. It's a quote.
Great, she's making you weird now too.
Heather and Kristen walk on stage. Heather is eating fries.
Who's making who weird?
Katie's making Jordan weird.
Where is Katie?
Doing the dishes. Are you seriously eating again?
I'm hungry.
Jimmy isn't going to like you if you keep eating like this.
Jimmy likes me just fine.
I heard he was ring shopping.
This town talks fast.
Is that why he's coming to dinner with his parents? Is there going to be a wedding?
It's just dinner.
Now I almost wish I was going to be at your proposal dinner instead of the party.
What will you say?
She'll say yes. Of course she'll say yes. Wait, you'll say yes, right?
Yes, if he proposes, I plan to say yes, but honestly, it's
God damn it! You woke me up!
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. He's supposed to be at work.
Kristen races home as the other girls watch. The following events occur inside the house. Katie yells just before there is the sound of a slap and a dish breaking. Clean that up!
I will. Please let go. Stop it.
There's the sound of another slap as Katie cries harder, pleading for him to stop.
Let go of her.
Katie yells in fear just before the sound of another hit, followed by the sounds of a brief scuffle, then silence.
Stay away from her.
we should get ready for tonight.
Yeah, I told my mom I would vacuum.
What just happened?
Come on, we've both got big nights ahead of us.
Allison stares at Katie's house while Heather ushers her inside. As she enters her house, Heather looks over to Katie and Kristen's house as she closes the door. Act 2, Scene 17. It is daytime. Adult Allison is waiting outside her house for adult Kristen as she walks on stage.
When I was younger, I was so jealous that Katie had you for a sister. The way you looked out for her. But now you're just a bitch.
Takes one to know one.
So that's how it's gonna be?
You're the one who started on me.
Why do you resent her?
I don't.
Could have fooled me.
I made sure she had every opportunity she should at my own expense.
You chose to do that.
What other choice did I have?
You can't blame her.
I don't.
Then stop shutting her out. You already lost one sibling.
Shut your mouth.
That's what it's always been about, isn't it? Making sure Katie didn't end up like Kevin, but you lost her anyway.
You don't know what you're talking
How
about.
could I? We couldn't mention Kevin even though we were all there when the cops came to say he jumped off the water tower. We all knew what happened, but talking about it, off limits. I don't know how you or anyone else thought that was helping. If we'd been able to talk about it, a lot of things might have ended up differently. Look, you can't talk now.
Adult Allison enters her house as adult Katie jogs on stage. She stops when she sees adult Kristen, and they stare at each other briefly. Abruptly, adult Kristen returns to go inside. Adult Katie looks at her watch and jogs off stage. Act 2, Scene 18. It is daytime. Allison and Jordan exit Allison's house and knock at Katie's door. Kristen opens it.
Oh, hey.
Katie emerges behind Kristen. There is a faint mark under her left eye.
Did you bring makeup?
No,
Go get it.
but you wipe off lipstick.
So,
Katie,
it's just a little makeup.
Allison runs home to get the makeup.
I was thinking of staying home tonight. Want to keep me company?
Nah,
We could run a movie or talk or read.
I want to go to the party.
there will be other parties.
I'm going to this party. I'm going with Richie, and you can't change my mind.
Okay.
Kristen opens up the door so Jordan can go inside. Allison comes running from her house with her caboodle, entering the house and shutting the door behind her. Act 2, Scene 19. It is nighttime. Adult Katie is sitting on the water tower reading. Adult Heather finishes climbing up, out of breath. She has a basket with dinner for adult Katie.
Holy crap. I don't remember this being so high.
Heather,
Should you be?
Stop. Condition or not, no. I should not be on this whole thing. It's terrifying. What did we ever see in this?
It's quiet. The best view of the town. Sometimes when I used to come up here, it felt like we were all still together. Nothing had changed. So you climbed all the way up here to bring me dinner?
I climbed all the way up here because I didn't want you to be alone.
I felt alone most of my life, even when I was surrounded by people.
I hope you know that you weren't ever truly alone.
She hates me.
No, she doesn't. You guys are just both dealing with a lot of emotions right now.
I think our emotions are the last thing we're dealing with right now.
You're not wrong. Katie? What do you remember about when Kristen came home for good?
Sort of sophomore year of college, she came home for Christmas and never left.
Anything else?
I never thought about it much. This year, Dad took the job as a trucker. We celebrated early before he hit the road. Oh, it was like the best Christmas of my life. We had this great food, and I got a 5-disc CD changer with a remote. I thought I was so cool.
Forgot how much you love that thing. You would take anyone's old CDs just to have more options to listen to.
That explains why my taste in music is so weird and dated.
Eclectic and cool.
Then Dad left, and Kristen stayed, and it was just the two of us for the next few years. So I guess it kind of is my fault Kristen stayed in paradise. Someone had to take care of me.
Katie? Your dad never took a job as a trucker.
What?
He wasn't on the road. He was in prison.
Why?
Repeated DUIs with a suspended license, 3 strikes.
He was incarcerated for that?
In a town like this, with a reputation as a drunk and no money for a good lawyer, yeah, got the maximum sentence. That's why I made Christmas special. And that's why Kristen stayed. We should have told you.
I need to be alone.
Please, don't leave.
I trusted you.
You still can. Katie, please just listen.
No! You listen. The only reason I'm still here is because you're pregnant and on top of the goddamn freaking water tower. But this conversation is over. We're going to climb down and go our separate ways without another word.
Katie.
Without another word.
Adult Katie takes the basket and climbs down, walking off stage. Adult Heather follows, but exits in the opposite direction. The only thing you can hear are summer crickets. Act 2, Scene 20. It is nighttime. Kristen is sitting outside of her house with chips and a soda. There is arguing from inside Heather and Allison's house. How could you do this?
Do what? We didn't do anything wrong.
We worked so hard to give you a good life. You are a disgrace to our family.
I can't deal with this right now.
Heather walks out her front door, slamming it shut.
So, how was dinner?
About as expected.
That good, huh?
There's yelling and tears and fighting and planning.
And a proposal?
That was decided for us before he even had a chance to show the ring.
Heather, if this is what you want, then you know I'll support you, but you know you don't just have to marry Jimmy just because you're pregnant, right?
I want to. He's a good man and he'll be a good father. He loves me and I love him. I always have.
You did tell me you were gonna marry him the day we met.
Yep, 10 years ago. The same day you told me, I'm Kristen Conway, I'm 9 years old and soccer is my favorite sport. My brother's 10 and my sister's 4 and I hate the stupid town and all the stupid people in it.
Some things never change.
My parents want us to get married in 2 weeks. They want us to move into this house.
With them?
No! God, no, they're moving. They don't want Allison to end up like me.
Oh, Allison's way worse than you. So that's it? They're moving and you're staying here?
The house is paid off. It's their wedding gift to us.
But they won't get to know their grandchild.
They want out before anyone realizes the truth. My mother says it's a scandal.
Pregnancy isn't a scandal, and neither is sex. So, when are we going wedding dress shopping?
My mom told me to find something nice in my closet to wear. And make sure it has room in case I grow between now and then.
That's bullshit! Let's take a drive to the mall and get you something new and pretty. And we can bring the girls too if you're okay with it.
I don't know.
Just think. Food court pizza.
My mother will notice if I wear a new dress, and God forbid I wear white. White is for pure brides.
Based on your birthday, we both know that when your mom got married, she wasn't any purer than you. Also, who cares? If you want white, get white. If you want black, even better. That'll really piss her off.
Okay, but nothing fancy. Just a nice summer dress.
Perfect. And as your maid of honor, I'm buying it.
Kristen, I don't know what to say.
Oh, I'm not? Oh, I shouldn't have assumed.
Not that, and you know it. You're the best friend I've ever had.
I'm glad we have each other. Let's make this wedding everything you want it to be.
Earlier,
He hit her. Kitty wouldn't even look at me, let alone talk. We cleaned up in silence, and then she got ready and went to the party.
I'm so sorry.
She was trying to help by cleaning up. That's what woke him up. He was supposed to be at work. If I had known he was there, I would have stayed home and I could have protected
You
her.
can't always be there to protect her.
I have to. Is this what it's like all the time?
I only know of one other time. Right before summer, he came home drunk and got angry over dirty laundry and took it out on her. Katie didn't know where to go, so she came to me at the diner. I took her to my house, she showered, I made her something to eat, and then we watched TV until she fell asleep.
Why didn't you tell me?
What could you have done?
I can't go back to school.
You have to.
I could transfer to state. It's less than an hour away. I could live at home, make sure she's okay.
Kristen, stop. You didn't work your ass off to go to state.
I didn't work my ass off to have him destroy her either.
Katie runs on stage, visibly upset, passing Heather's house on her way to her own.
Katie?
Heather follows. Kristen stops Katie as she reaches their house.
Katie, what's wrong?
Nothing, get out of my way.
You're upset. Talk to me.
No, I'm not upset.
What happened?
Nothing happened. Get your hand off of me! I said let go, don't touch me!
Katie jerks herself away and runs toward the water tower.
I'll kill him.
Kristen hurries off stage in the same direction as Katie. Heather goes inside her house. Act 2, Scene 21. It is daytime, morning. Adult Heather rushes out of her house to adult Kristen's knocking on the door. Adult Kristen opens it.
Hey Chris, you seen Katie today?
No, but she always goes for a run as soon as she.
Good.
Good?
Yeah. Listen. Last night I told her about your dad being in prison.
You what?
She should know.
Jesus Christ, Heather, you told her now?
Well, if not now, when?
He just died.
She should know.
What difference does it make now?
It will help her understand you. Your choice is better.
She's not your sister. It wasn't your story to tell.
If you don't stop being stubborn, you'll end up losing her for good. And then what would it all have been for?
This doesn't involve you.
Yeah, it does. I've been there for both of you every step of the way. But you're right. She's your sister. Do what you want. Always have.
Adult Heather goes back to her house quickly, closing the door, while adult Kristen stands there, taken aback, before going inside her house. Act 2, Scene 22. It is nighttime. Katie is climbing up the water tower. Jordan is seated on the water tower with someone that cannot clearly be seen.
Jordan, you up here? Go away. What? Go away, Katie. Who else is up here? I said go away. Jordan, please. I don't care who it is. If it's a guy or a girl or even a horse. Jesus, Katie, a horse? What the fuck? Okay, that was dumb. I didn't really mean a horse. But if you'll just let me leave. Please? Are you seriously that desperate? Jordan, get lost.
Katie climbs down and walks off stage. Jordan leans as if she is going to kiss the other person on the tower as the lights fade. Act 2, Scene 23. It is daytime. Adult Kristen walks outside her door waiting for adult Katie as she runs on stage.
Huh. I see you're ready to tell me how over half my life was a lie.
It wasn't a lie.
A lie of admission, at least. Why didn't you tell me?
I thought it would be better that way. I wanted you to have positive memories of growing up.
You tried to preserve something that wasn't real.
It was real. Come on, Katie, don't be like this.
You thought so little of me that you thought if I stayed, I would end up like Dad, or Kevin, or Jordan.
No, I wanted you to be able to have the freedom that I didn't.
You had it, but you chose to give it up, and then you chose to blame me.
I never blamed you.
Liar, you have blamed and resented me since the day I left.
That's not true.
As soon as I left, you hated me for it.
Oh my God, is that what you think? Katie, when Kevin
No! You do not get to bring him up right now.
and you don't get to write off all you want about him, but never discuss it with me.
It is not like you ever discussed it with me. I learned more about Kevin from newspaper slides at the library than I did from you. Too bad there weren't any about Dad, where I could have learned about him too.
You have to understand that my decisions were.
I don't have to understand anything. You wouldn't have even said anything if Heather hadn't.
Well, now that you know, will you please come inside so we can talk?
No.
If we could just talk, then we can move forward.
Adult Katie blows past her into the house and slams the door shut. Adult Kristen looks at the closed door and walks off stage. Act 2, Scene 24. It is daytime. Allison is outside her house sunbathing. Jordan walks out of her house into Allison.
Have you seen Katie?
No. Why?
I want to talk to her about last night.
Oh yeah, who were you with on the water tower?
She told you?
No, Richie did.
Why would Richie tell you?
We were hanging out. Katie caused this huge scene at the party and left.
Wait, what?
It was crazy. I've never seen Katie like that. She came storming up from the basement in tears. Richie was following her and calling her for her to stop, but she kept walking, so he grabbed her arm. And then she was all dramatic and ripped it away. She told him, and I quote, "Keep your fucking hands off me, you son of a bitch." Yeah, I know, but it gets better. Then he called her a goddamn prude. And then she slapped him and left. At first he followed her, but then he stopped. That's when we started talking and stuff.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Me?
Why wouldn't you make sure if she was okay?
I I didn't think to.
Yeah, you thought to hook up with the guy who upset her?
Don't you want to know what happened with me? What happened with me and Richie?
No, I don't want to know what happened with you and Richie. I want to know how Katie is. You don't know what could have happened.
I told her she would lose him if she didn't change.
I'm disgusted by you right now. Where are your morals?
My morals coming from the person who made out on the water tower with Leslie the lesbian.
That's not immoral.
What do your parents say? The entire school is talking about it.
Fuck.
You've been sneaking around all summer. Who did you think you were fooling?
Well, at least I'm not a slut.
You bitch!
Allison shoves Jordan as Heather, Kristen, and Katie come racing out of their houses. Jordan jumps up to go at Allison, but Heather steps between them. Kristen joins Heather, but Katie stays near the door of their house.
What's going on?
Your sister's a whore.
Your neighbor's a dyke.
Knock it off. So you're okay with the fact that Allison did God knows what with that piece of shit who messed with your sister last night? What did Richie do to you, Katie?
He didn't do anything.
Yes, he did. He had to. He always does.
Drop it, Jordan.
So we're just gonna ignore it? Like everything else? Like how your dad's a drunk? How he hit Katie? And how he probably hit Kevin too? Is that why Kevin killed himself? Because we definitely ignore that.
That's enough.
Like, how are we gonna ignore how Allison's got so little sense of self that she throws herself at anyone willing to give her attention? She ignored Katie to hook up with that dirtbag who hurt her. She's so desperate that she practically begged for a chance with him all summer. How was it, Allison? Was it worth it? Like, we're all gonna ignore how Heather's obviously hiding something. Suddenly engaged, with weddings, gaining weight, not drinking. Like, we're gonna ignore me? That I'm different? Because just like getting pregnant or raped or being drunk, being gay isn't something people do or are in this town. This fucking paradise! Because I'm gay! I'm sick of hiding it, and I don't want to be different, but I am. Maybe my parents believe that there's something wrong with me, but I don't. And there's no way that something that feels so much a part of who I am is wrong. But you know what, Alice? I suck. I'm no better than Allison, or either of you. Because last night, Katie came to me, and I told her to leave. And just like when I needed someone, you told me to go. I'm sorry, Kate. I'm so sorry.
Isn't it nice to think that tomorrow's a new day with no mistakes in it yet?
What?
Why would you say that stupid fucking quote now?
Maybe we made mistakes, maybe we didn't. But everyone makes mistakes every single day. Only today's and yesterday's don't matter because tomorrow is always without any.
You're so fucking weird. No wonder Richie moved on.
Kristen moves to get in Allison's face, but Heather steps between them.
Katie, did Richie hurt you?
No.
Did something happen with him that you didn't want or weren't ready for?
He tried, but no. Not to me.
The door to Katie's house makes a sound as it closes. Katie has gone inside. Kristen follows Katie without saying anything.
We need to talk. Jordan, I'm sorry that night when you came to us in the water
It's
tower.
fine.
No, it isn't.
You should go talk to your sister.
Maybe we could talk after.
I don't think I'll be able to.
Jordan, what happened?
With Katie and Richie, I don't know.
No, not Katie. What happened with you and Richie?
You should go home. We both should.
Hey, Jordan, just so you know, I'm cool with gay. Kristen and Katie are too.
Yeah, Katie knows, and she's probably more okay with it than I am.
And Allison's just Allison.
And my parents, what about them?
Your parents love you. They'll understand.
They basically said that if I am, that I'm not their child.
Oh, Jordan,
Your sister needs you.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
Both girls walk inside their houses and close their front doors. Act 2, Scene 25. It is nighttime. Adult Kristen is at the top of the water tower, looking over the town, as adult Katie finishes climbing up.
Hey. Oh, hey. Sorry, I'll be staying. Came looking for you. Only I didn't think you'd actually come up here. I haven't for a long time.
You should have seen Heather up here last night.
Heather climbed up here? Great. Now I've got to add don't climb the water tower to her list of pregnancy precautions.
Can I sit?
I would love that.
You are the reason my life has been so successful. You were my constant, the one who was always there.
Until I wasn't. Katie, I may not have shown you the way I should have, but I celebrated every success you've ever had. I'm so proud of you.
I get why you didn't tell me about Dad when I was younger. I don't agree with it, but I get it. But why not his declining health? I could have helped.
You had everything I always wanted for you. How could I disrupt that? And as Dad's dementia got worse, he became angry and combative. He worked so hard to clean himself up over the years, and I didn't want you to experience that side of him again.
He was my father. I should have known all of him.
When we were kids, I made it my mission to try to protect you from anything negative for the rest of your life.
That's impossible.
I was young and I thought I knew it all. What is it?
Kevin?
Losing Kevin was like losing a piece of my heart. That wrecked me in a way I didn't know was possible. And I wasn't sure if I would ever recover.
But you were forced to?
Recover? I still am. Hardly a day goes by that I don't miss him or think of him.
When I was younger, I thought I was the only one hurting because no one ever talked about it. I would wait until I was alone, and then I'd cry.
I told myself I was being strong for you, but really it kept me from the depth of my grief. It was easier to push down the feelings, but Katie, I used to cry all the time.
You?
I'm not heartless.
Just made of stone?
I blamed myself for Kevin. I wish I'd helped him see that things wouldn't always be the way that they were.
So you made sure I knew.
Tried.
Where do we go from here?
We keep moving forward, kid, just like we always have.
I'm sorry I got so upset.
At least you didn't let the sun go down on your anger.
She holds up the same copy of Little Women that Katie had.
Oh my god!
Little Women! Marmy, isn't it?
Oh, I've been looking for this for years.
You've been looking for that exact copy for years? You have at least 3.
7. I have 7 copies of Little Women, but this is my favorite. Okay, so see here, page 28. That stain is from my first bloody nose. And page 213 is taped back together because Allison tried to grab it from me so I would pay attention to whatever boy she was talking about. Okay, and then page 401, there's this weird pencil mark from when I dozed off in pre-calc. My class was so boring. I stuck books inside my textbook and read. I thought I was so clever, but looking back, I'm pretty sure Mr. Matthews was on to me.
He was. He called me to discuss it.
You never told me.
There were worse things you could be doing.
You really did have my back.
Always. So, tell me why all the pages in chapter 9 are crossed out.
Meg goes to Vanity Fair. I thought she was such a sellout. And if you look here, oh my gosh. Okay, the very last page, you'll see remnants of my first kiss.
What?
Okay, I thought over the fact that I might waste my first kiss on a fleeting romance. I couldn't bear the thought of it being thrown away like that. It was too monumental, so I gave it to this book.
That is the weirdest thing you've ever done. You've done some really weird shit.
It made complete sense at the time.
You know a book can't kiss back, right?
Yes, I know a book can't kiss back.
Just checking.
Ugh, smell it. It's the best smell in the world. Ugh.
Old and musty.
Yes, like an asthma attack, just waiting to happen.
I had no clue this book held so many stories, and I am sorry to have held it captive for so many years. Keeping it was my way of keeping a piece of you home with me.
I had no idea you were such a sap.
Don't tell the others.
No, don't start with that again. We've had more than enough secrets.
The lights fade as they sit, flipping through the book and talking. Act 2, Scene 26. It is early evening. Katie walks out of their house and Kristen rushes out trying to catch her.
Katie, wait, I want to talk. Why? Because I care?
Well, I don't.
It gets better, I promise.
Oh my god, will you just stop?
Don't be like this.
Don't be a dumbass.
Watch your mouth.
Watch your face.
What is that even supposed to mean?
Whatever you want it to.
Where are you going?
My favorite place. Anywhere but here.
Katie walks off stage. Kristen begins to walk home, but stops. She goes to Jordan's and knocks on the door. Jordan and Jordan's mother can be heard arguing inside the house. Do you have any idea what it was like for me today? Everyone was staring at me in the grocery store, right there in the produce section. I couldn't even shop for apples.
I can't really talk right now.
Later?
Maybe. My parents want to send me to Bible camp. Tomorrow. For the rest of the summer. But what? Don't tell me it gets better. Because for some of us, it doesn't. Don't you remember after Kevin? Once they start talking, people in this town never stop.
Kevin was different.
Yeah, well, even after his death, he didn't find peace.
Jordan!
I should go. But I was hoping you could give this to Katie.
She hands Kristen a folded piece of notebook paper.
Could you let her know that she's my best friend and I'll miss her? In case I don't get to see her before I go?
Sure, but remember, you always have a home with us.
Thanks, Kristen. Goodbye.
The door closes. Kristen looks at the note and then puts it in her pocket. She stands on stage alone as the lights fade. Act 2, Scene 27. Adult Katie and adult Allison are sitting on top of the water tower, singing along to the Spice Girls.
I wanna really wanna dig ah! We didn't realize how good life was back then.
Speak for yourself.
So, you finally admit you were scared to grow up.
No,
My last summer in paradise, you resisted anything having to do with getting older.
not true. I just wasn't ready for dating, parties, and red bikini.
God, I loved that bikini. I wore that baby to the elastic stretched out.
And I have yet to wear a red bikini.
Probably because you didn't grow up hearing, "You're a pretty girl, have a boyfriend yet?"
Only from you.
Well, that's what girls were supposed to do. Make the guy happy. Even if it wasn't what you wanted. God, I was stupid.
We all were. Couldn't tell up from down half the time. Everything went great one second and terrible the next.
I guess. I couldn't think of anything worse than not having a boyfriend. Because that meant you were ugly. And ugly people had bad futures. Not sure how that played out for me. I'm going back to William.
Why? There are other options.
No, there aren't.
Yes, there are. You could stay here with Heather or Kristen, or you could come stay with me, live across the country, and start fresh.
You have a life, one that you wanted. My life is him. I created my entire life around someone else, and I have nothing to show for it. I'm nothing without him.
Maybe you have to let go of who you were to become who you were meant to be.
I knew you'd pull some bullshit quote out eventually.
Actually, it's from Sex and the City. I offered Carrie Bradshaw just for you. But seriously, you always have yourself, no matter where you go or what you do, and that's enough.
Not this time. But it's fine. I'm gonna go have a spa day, courtesy of his credit card, and then I'll head home to become his perfect wife again.
Allison.
Katie, you have your life, and I have mine. And they are very different.
Okay. I respect your decision, and I hope it works out.
And when it doesn't,
When it does, or when it doesn't, won't matter, because either way, I'm only a text or a call away.
imagine the stories this water tower has heard over the years.
Trust me, I have.
Lights fade. They exit the water tower. Act 2, Scene 28. It is nighttime. Emergency lights are flashing in the distance, reflecting off the water tower. Kristen is outside her house, visibly worried. Relief washes over her face as Katie enters. Katie is crying.
Katie, oh thank God!
Katie runs into Kristen's arms.
Why didn't she come to one of us? I don't know. We could have helped. I know she could have tried. Why didn't Jordan try? Maybe she felt like she did, but she didn't. She didn't come to one of us or try or anything, and now that's it. I'll never get to see her talk to her again.
Katie sits down, tucking her knees to her chest and picking at the ground. Kristen looks back at Katie, hesitating, before taking out the note that Jordan gave her. She looks at it.
Jordan asked me to give you this. You saw her. Why didn't you stop her? I had no idea. I went to talk to her. It was short. She said her parents were probably gonna go send her to Bible camp for the rest of the summer. I should have been a better friend. You were a good friend. She said you were her best friend and she was gonna miss you. I assumed that meant once she was at camp. Damn it, not again! I should have done something. Anything. If her mind was set, there probably wasn't anything you could have done. I guess not. I don't want to read this. Then hold on to it until you're ready, and when that time comes, if you don't want to be alone, then I'll sit with you. Will you stay out here a little longer? We can stay as long as you want.
They watch the emergency lights on the water tower. The lights fade. Act 2, Scene 29. It is daytime. Adult Kristen, adult Katie, and adult Heather are carrying boxes of Kristen and Katie's father's things out of their house.
So tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Do
When
you think
can
you'll
you
stay
come
here
back?
now? You first.
When can you come back, the two of you?
I was thinking Thanksgiving. I know you'll be busy with the soccer tournament, but I'd love to see you coach. I mean, if you're staying.
This is my home.
But there's no one keeping you here anymore. You can have the life you always wanted.
I have the life I want now. Yes, when I first came back, it was for you, but it was still my choice. And I found where I belong, and for all those kids I teach or coach who maybe feel the way that I felt or you or Jordan, Kevin, I like to think that I'm making paradise a little more bearable.
You make paradise a lot more bearable. You always have.
Thanksgiving feels pretty far away.
Maybe you could come visit before then. I could show you around the city, introduce you to some of my friends. You can see what my life is like.
I would love that. I bet Heather would too.
There's room for both of you. Always. Only Heather looks like she's literally about to pop.
I can hear you, you know.
It's so weird how you always appear when these conversations happen.
Sheer luck.
Don't act like you didn't take over the whole role of neighborhood busybody the minute your mother left. And proudly at that.
It's a role that has benefited us all, is it not? And I don't know who you think you are, saying that I'm too pregnant to visit. Having a baby never slowed me down before. I am so coming to the city with Kristen. I need to scope out these friends, an apartment, and husband. And while you're at it, set up a meeting for me with your publisher so I can check them out too.
You are insane.
Damn straight, and don't you forget it. But would you two stop yapping to get these boxes to the car so we can get out this heat? My ankles are about to swell to the size of watermelons.
Aw, they'll match your stomach.
That's it. Those are fighting words.
Not if you can't catch me.
Adult Katie grabs both her box and adult Heather's and runs off stage.
Kids okay?
I'm good.
We've done good.
Adult Heather puts her arm around adult Kristen as they walk off stage together. Act 2, Scene 30. Katie and Kristen are saying goodbye outside their house. Heather is hanging back a few steps away.
I love you.
No.
Okay, Han Solo, now that's a quote I get.
I love you too.
Kristen gives Katie a hug and a kiss on the top of her head and begins to walk off stage. Heather moves to Katie and puts her arm around her. Kristen turns back, giving one last wave before she walks off stage. Katie is quietly crying.
It's just you and me, kid.
I didn't realize it would hurt this much.
Me either. But feelings are rarely as simple as we like.
My words are gone.
Give it time, they'll return. You'll be okay.
We both will.
Trashy TV and junk food?
I think I want to be alone.
Alright. You know where I'll be if you need me.
Heather watches Katie as she starts to walk to the water tower. Then Heather goes inside her house. Katie climbs up the water tower. While Katie climbs up and sits on the water tower, the lighting slowly changes from day to night, and audio clips of previous conversations the young characters have had play as memories. Once seated, Katie takes out the copy of Little Women from the opening scene and removes the note from Jordan from the inside. She unfolds it and begins to read it out loud.
Dear Kate, there's a lot I want to say to you, but I don't know how. I understand what you meant. Words you read, what you say, what you can't. So I'm trying your way. I hope you don't mind that he's
Between the lines of every story, there is another story, and that is one that is never heard and can only be guessed by the people who are good at guessing. A Little Princess. I felt myself melting into the shadows, like the negative of a person I had never seen before in my life. The bell jar.
Adult Katie steps onto the water tower and sits next to Katie. They look at each other and slightly smile as Katie hands adult Katie the note and book and leaves.
As for the terrors ahead, for he did not fool himself that they were all behind him. Well, you just have to stand up to your fear and not let it squeeze you white, to bridge to Terabithia. The world calls them its singers and poets and artists and storytellers, but they are just people who have never forgotten the way to fairyland and of reading fables.
Adult Kristen sits next to adult Katie on the water tower.
You are a wonderful creation. You know more than you think you know, just as you know less than you want to know. The picture of Dorian Gray.
Adult Heather joins the other side of adult Katie, with adult Allison joining on the other side of adult Heather.
Woman, they have minds, they have souls, as well as just hearts. And they've got ambition, and they've got talent, as well as just beauty. Little woman.
Adult Katie, adult Kristen, adult Heather, and adult Allison are seated together on top of the water tower.
You are the best thing, beloved. Love, Jordan.
Adult Katie folds the note and leans her head on adult Kristen. As the four adults sit together, the lights fade to black. The end.
We're gonna do a little talk back now. Lady. Calm down. This is Lady Lockwood. She wrote the play. So we have a little talk back, because the point of all of these is that we give the playwrights feedback so that they can take their play and potentially bring it to the next level, or fix things, or change things, or do whatever they need to do to potentially make this an even more, I don't know, publishable piece, I suppose, or producible piece. So we can compliment Delaney because that was wonderful, but we also need to talk about the structure of her play, or characters, or development, or dialogue, or anything like that. So I will open it up to all of you first to see if you have any questions or anything yes.
I don't really know. Did you grow up in Bradenton or Sarasota?
Sarasota.
Because am I wrong? That's the water tower?
No, that's the water
Oh.
tower.
Yeah. Oh, I can tell you stories.
Anyone? Oh.
So you've had a chance to listen to a full cast, kind of read this out loud, and from what I understand, this piece has had a couple of years to gestate, and I was curious, through the process of hearing it spoken, what did you notice that you want to change, or that landed really well for you?
Great question. So I did start writing the piece the summer before my 9th grade year, so I was 14. I'm now 16, so. I think what I realized is I have gotten a little older, and my view has changed slightly on some things that I've written. One of which is I'm not as funny as I think I am sometimes. And so there's definitely moments where I was like, wow, that really sucks. But I think, I guess I need to be funnier. I think another thing that I might want to change is I think some scenes are shorter than others, and I think that's great, but there's some instances where I'm like, I'd like to maybe see the scene cut off a little bit before it gets too long. There are some scenes where I'm like, wow, this is really long. But then there are some scenes where I was like, wow, I feel like I blinked and they're done. So I think maybe figuring out like a good length of scenes, because I obviously, some scenes are just naturally gonna be shorter than others, but there's also like an in-between of how short is too short and how long is too long. So probably that. I rambled.
Sort of in contrast to what you were saying, I do think you are very funny. Because I do, one thing I want to comment on this piece in particular is that the balance between the humor and then the very emotional, real moments is such a strong balance in this piece. And I feel like a lot of playwrights tend to have a struggle with that sometimes, where they're like, I want to lighten the mood a little bit, so we're gonna throw in a joke here and it doesn't fit and it feels weird. But this all felt so natural. It felt very, very real and relatable to, I feel like, everyone, which I thought was really strong. But yeah, no, I think there are some moments where I think I would have liked to see maybe a little bit more out of some of the adult characters. I feel like, I don't know exactly what I want more out of them, but I feel like there was a little bit where I was like, I want a little bit more of some of the adult characters.
Okay.
But otherwise, very great. So.
Can I piggyback on that? I just realized that when you said that, I would love somehow, I'm not the playwright winner like you are. I was really wanting, and we got more of it toward the end, a little bit more of Kristen's story. Not just her story, like the storyline, but how she navigated through what she felt. Like, you touched on it, right? But I would love to see more of what she went through, maybe as the adult Kristen.
Gotcha. Especially, I think, with her relationship with Kevin.
Yeah.
For me specifically, because there was like a moment, I think during Act 2, like the first time he was brought up, I was like, oh, wait, who's Kevin? Yeah. But I loved it. It was so great.
Yeah. And good job on your 90s references. Like,
Surprising.
I was like, she didn't know about this.
They weren't too cheesy.
They weren't?
No, but if you ever want deeper cuts, people do come too. I'm not. Yeah, but yeah, they weren't, because they, you know, sometimes those can be kind of cringy when you're like, and you did a good job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So one thing with me is the water tower seems to be a great place of change. But one thing to maybe keep in mind or clock is reclaiming a place after a tragedy can be really hard, and it might be worth noting at some point.
reclaiming. Got it. Thank you.
Do you want us to note take for you?
Yeah.
No, I got it. You sure? Yeah, you've done the work. Thank you, yes. I'll definitely like look into that.
Is there someone who gave you the high fives? Are you a high fiver?
I'm a big high five person. I know all these like little cool ones, like Cookie. I like high fives. Yeah, I think it's just cool. Yeah. Are you okay?
Good.
I was just wondering, Delaney, for like the quotes, were the majority of those things that you know, or did you have to go quote
Okay.
searching?
I love this question.
Of course.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So, I am a big reader. So some of them had been books that like I have read, like Anne of Green Gables. I feel like I've reread all of those books at least like 12 times. But then there are some other books like Beloved and Beloved I hadn't read until like I was trying to figure out quotes, and it gave me an excuse to read more, which I think is what I really liked, and I just kind of kept adding and adding, and while I was adding those quotes, I was reading the book when I did so I could understand the context behind them. So yeah, I didn't read them until I was looking for the quotes. Some of them, but some of them I did read. Wow, I really rushed out.
That makes sense.
Yes.
I'm not sure if this is just me that missed this. I was trying to figure out how old young Katie was and then how old adult Katie was in the beginning and the end.
Yeah, okay. So in the beginning, they're talking about they're going into their freshman year, so they're 14. The end, it's never specifically stated, just because I kind of want it to be, I don't want it to be super loose, but there is that sense of, like, I'm like 30s. Yeah.
Well, they talk about it, don't they? She says something about it.
She says something
when she runs.
Yeah,
When she's running.
well,
It's
that's
right
like,
after
yeah,
the
but it's
bell.
like how, like, exactly how old?
Yeah.
It took me a while to figure out that the young versions and the older versions were in the same positions behind the music stands. But were they also trying to wear the same colors? Or, Allison in particular, and coveralls, Katie, and blue jeans, Katie. But was that on purpose?
Yes. Try to make it as
If I could just.
like obvious as possible.
I was just gonna say again that the actresses who portrayed your play it looked like they were really crying, that they were, like when you just get American Idol and you feel the song, and they were really into it, and I mean, it was beautiful. I thought this was like a professional.
What do you want the audience to take away from the fact that it's past and present? And what do you want the characters to take away from that?
So I think one of the things, when I was originally writing it, it was just the younger people, and in my head I was like, wow, I really wonder what happens to them when they get older. And I was like, oh wait, I get to decide that. And then I was like, well, why don't I let the audience know what happens? And I think a part of it is how people from completely different backgrounds that live in the same area can grow up and be completely different things, and how sometimes, even though the past is certain, you can't go back and change the past, there's not always things you know about the past, and sometimes you have to discover that throughout time. And I think for me, time's always been a like a really scary thing for me. I'm always like, wow, like there's not enough time. I'm like, oh, suddenly I'm 16, but I was just like 12 yesterday. What do you mean? So it's, I think, yeah, I guess just fine.
And in your mind, is it all from one person's point of view, the memory? Is it all from Katie looking back? Is it all?
In my head, yes, but I'm also like, what if it's like the town? What if it's the town's memory of how
Water
these,
tower.
yeah, the water tower. What if it's the town's memory of how these girls were? Because I guess the protagonist is Katie, but then in the same time, the protagonist changes each scene because each scene has a different focus for the characters. So, yeah.
I'm just curious about I'm just curious about your process. I saw a lot of inspiration from movies and books and TV shows, and I know what I recognized in it, what I thought I recognized in it, but I'm curious what some of your inspirations were.
Okay, great. I'm thinking. So, I think my biggest inspiration was just talking to people. I'm a theater kid.
What?
Really? And I'm around theater adults often, and I think one of my favorite things about the rehearsal process of any show is getting to hear about people and their experiences. And so I sort of had always been like, wow, so many people just come from different things, and that was always fascinating to me. And I was going into freshman year, I repeated that like 4 times, but I think I was like, wow, there's not many roles for teenage girls out there, because if it is, it's always like, oh, you're really young looking, so you're gonna play a 4-year-old, or it's like, oh, you're old enough to like be something, but what? There's not really roles like designated. So I kind of wanted to write that. And then inspirations like Now and Then the movie.
Yeah,
Not,
that's what I was
it wasn't like a huge inspiration.
But the device.
But the device
Yeah.
of being able to see the characters older, and that had been done before. And in my head, I was like, should I do an act 1 younger and then an act 2 older? But then I was like, no, like I wanna, because I knew how the story was gonna end, but in my head I was like, but these characters don't know how the story's gonna end. So I kind of wanted the story to unveil itself by changing through past and present.
There was even a at one point, which I yes, good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, yes, it was very like yes, sisterhood kind of too.
Can you speak about your experience of hearing these words and these characters you created and envisioned in your head being then interpreted and brought to life maybe in a slightly different way than you envisioned?
I think it's one of the coolest things that's possibly happened to me. Like, I'm not kidding. Cause reading a character that you wrote, you're going to interpret it how you wrote it and how you envisioned it. And so in my head, I had this like strong sense like, oh, I know these characters perfectly. And then I watched people do it for the first time that were different people, and I was like, wow, I do not know as much about these characters as I think I did. And I think it kind of unveiled like, wow, I guess I'm going back to like people being people things, but it's so cool how different people can interpret a character completely differently but still stay true. And I think that was probably the coolest thing. And also seeing how, I think like a lot of people can do this, but these characters are inspired off of people like I know or have encountered in my life, and seeing how in my head like how I know who these people are, but then seeing them done by somebody else, I'm like, wow, I don't know anything. So I think that's
fantastic that you embrace that rather than put up walls against it. That's fantastic. Bravo to you.
Thank you. Did you have a question?
No, over here.
Oh, yeah, I'm curious about how you decided to structure the play of, like, how did you decide when to show, their past selves and their future selves?
Yeah, I wrote the past selves because I'm like, oh, this is my age, and then I was like, I really hope Katie author, and then I was like, oh wait, Katie becomes an author. And I was like, wow, Kristen's cool. Kristen becomes soccer. Like, and so I was like, I think it's cool when characters' fates are unknown, but I think it also can be cool if you sort of know what's gonna happen to them already. Not like completely, but you sort of know like, oh, this is Allison now, and then in 30 years she's gonna be like that Allison. But there's like, I think that knowing what, wow. I guess just knowing that when I really like knowing what happens to characters, I think that's sort of what made me do that.
Yeah, giving the audience some breadcrumbs to follow.
Yeah.
To the end of the story.
Kelly, you waited for a while.
No, it's not, I just wanted to, as a comment about the production art just now, and I don't think a lot of people know, what goes into the reading, the rehearsal of a reading like this, and I really appreciated the direction of this, because of the, the collaboration between the actors and the director, I felt like, damn, all right.
I agree.
Oh gosh, you guys are so many. Okay. We're gonna go this way, and hopefully we're doing it speedily.
I'll answer fast.
Her hand was up first.
Who?
Debbie.
Debbie.
Hi.
Hi.
First of all, beautiful. Second, when are you gonna do the play that you wrote for me? 3, this might have been just my overthinking brain, but I felt like what happens to Jordan was a little bit foreshadowed when it didn't need to be. We already know, we knew that Kevin was gonna die. We got that part. But it would have been more shocking if we didn't know that Jordan was going to die as well until you see those emergency lights on the water tower. You could have that inkling, but it might have also been seeing them all there and noticing that one music stand was not gonna be filled by an adult.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they talked about adults, Jordan, not at all.
Yeah.
They mentioned her name once and they said what happened. They told you what happened, and then you're just like, oh, well, okay, fine. I don't need to worry about Jordan for the rest of the show.
But maybe make us wonder
But make
longer,
it-
where's Jordan?
Where's Jordan this whole time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Make us earn it, Delaney.
Sorry, but it was beautiful, and I expect to see, my play at some point.
Don't apologize for helpful advice.
Okay, two things real quick. I wonder if with the last suicide, you said you like sometimes to not know what happens to a character. And I wonder if there's more power if we don't know if she went to Bible camp or she killed herself or what. If all we have, you're giving the actors an opportunity to decide for themselves. And that goes into my second thing, which is, as a writer, who's speaking from your own experience and you're kind of working through the process, a lot of times I noticed you made the point, you shared the message, like you were explaining what the characters got out of it or what was to be learned from the scene, and then you said it. You had a character say, and this is what you need to take from this moment, or like, and this is the moral of this moment, which I think is terrific at this stage in the writing, because it allows you to really can in on what it is you're trying to say. I wonder what happens if you go through and you take all of that out, and you give it, and you high-five your face. No, but I wonder what happens if you take all that out, and what you're left with is, does this moment do the job of getting the message across without having to say it, and then you're giving it to them to be able to figure out how how to lift it up in the moment. And that's where it moves from being a short story, a really interesting short story, into being a fully fledged play.
Thank you. I was actually like wondering that too. I was like, wow, is Kristen just gonna keep telling us what this is like supposed to be?
And Kristen, adult Kristen was amazing, and finally there was an opportunity to catch that this actress is a soccer star, and nobody's really called that out for her.
Thanks, honey. Don't keep.
Yes.
Who was first?
She can go first.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, first of all, incredible. I cried 3 times. I just want to say one thing I really liked was how she, Kristen, or not Kristen. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name. Wait. Katie, how Katie's book was titled after one of the quotes that Jordan had left for her. I thought that was an incredible connection. I really, really liked that.
Thank you. Thank you for catching that. Sorry.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, thank you.
So I'm not a playwright, and so like I don't do what you do, but I do really like finding out exactly what happens to people. You don't have to keep that in the play at all, but I am curious because you had near the end, Kristen mentioned that like their dad had got into a much better place. Or is the audience to assume that Katie and him at some point reconciled their relationship?
I think I like writing to represent real life. So I think in real life it can really go both ways, because I mean it wasn't the best situation like growing up, but I think that's sort of for the actresses playing Katie and for the audience to decide for themselves, because it would be great if Katie and her father had that had been like, hey, you know what water under the bridge. But I feel like a lot of times in reality it's not always like that. So I feel like it's just sort of you pick. So yeah.
You can tell me after.
Oh, I don't know. It's up to you guys.
Okay, that was really great. That was wonderful. I think that you got a lot of good things to think about.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Thank you all so much for coming.